channel, Libra. This is a January message for you, January 2022. I thought I would leave ahead here and get into January since I've been not able to get all of my readings out month to month for everybody. So I'm just going to, as I can, get right into the message. So I'll just quickly mention I'll be using the Rider-Waite deck, and I will also be using the Divine Guidance by Cheryl Lee Harnish. And depending on time, I may or may not use all these decks, but also I'm also going to be using the Psychic Tarot for the Heart by John Holland, and I will also be using the Mirror Truths Lenormand cards by Sylvia Neisner. I might even jump into the Moon Oracle again here, which I tend to use for advice, and maybe just a couple from the Energy Oracle cards, but again, we'll see how much time this takes. I know I tend to give a little more time to Libra because you guys tend to watch me more often, so, and again, apologies that I don't get all this signs out on a regular basis, doing my best. Okay, so I'll get right into the message here. So thank you to all those that stop by the channel, and certainly thank you to all those that are my current subscribers. I will start out with the energy from the Mirror Truth Lenormand cards. So for January 2022, what is happening for Libra? Career, money, finance, as well as friendships, romance, anything else that kind of comes through general energy, children. What's happening for the month of January 2022? What are the predominant energies in the month of January, the new year? What will Libra be dealing with? January 2022. January 2022. Okay, that's kind of a weird combination. I don't normally take this many cards, but I'm going to take it anyway. Okay, I only wanted to grab a couple, but anyway, here it goes. So what I see here is kind of a unique balance of both worlds here. So it's like, you know, on the one hand, you're getting some very positive messages. You're also getting some very, I don't want to say negative or less than positive messages, maybe is the best way to describe that. So because the Clover card certainly speaks to extreme luck, the rods could indicate that there is going to be some very emotional upheaval, a lot of anger or something that you might be dealing with, because I also see the Bear card could be dealing with somebody who's very dominating energy. Flowers is more of an expansion and growth of some sort here, but with the Scythe card and the Fox, that's where I start to feel like there's, and so close to the rods energy, feels like there could be something you'll be dealing with that's going to be a bit trying for you in the month of January. So again, we'll just tie it all in here. So again, starting out with the card of the rods, this is really about a dispute or something that could potentially be coming through, you know, communication, whatever, discussion, maybe your negotiation with somebody is going awry, you know, in terms of a contract, or this on a more general level, just in terms of family or friends, that kind of thing. Is some kind of interference or something that is causing you to go through some kind of emotional drama. Could be, you know, in around a long-term relationship, something like that here also. This could also speak to, you know, you being, you know, very hard on yourself as well. But because I see the Fox here, I tend to feel that this is a lot more external versus internal. But we'll flesh it out with the Rider-Waite deck as well when we go in to do that part of it at the end here. So either way, I feel there's some kind of a conversation, some kind of communication here that is going to be challenging in the month of January. So you want to keep your wits about you here as well with that Fox energy. So it's kind of a warning here with the Scythe card that there is some kind of danger up ahead or some kind of unexpected shocking situation here that might be aggressive or surprising. Maybe you're dealing with somebody's, you know, immature behavior, whatever it is, it's a sudden end of something potentially is what that looks like. But again, there's so much luck on the other side of this. So I'm just going to put my fan on for a second here. So there's so much luck on the other side of this Scythe card and these three cards here with that energy that I feel you are moving into a more positive space. So whether this is residual energy that was coming through from the previous year, or if this is energy that you're going to suddenly be dealing with in January, you're all at different stages of the game here. So again, you know, general reading, some of you will have already gone through this energy. Others of you will be going through this energy a little further out. Okay, so something could be changing dramatically in January. So then we've got the card of the clover, and this, of course, is good luck. This is something going in your favor and definitely speaks to success of some sort. So whatever this challenge was over here, there's no need to worry, because this is letting you know that you actually have some very positive incoming help or assistance or information or something like that. Usually it'll occur within a 4-week period is what the card tends to represent, but is definitely a card that allows for, progress over an obstacle of some sort. So not to worry, whatever this energy is here, you're getting through it. And again, we've also got the card of, you might even be using a bit of a strategy here with the fox energy, because this could be that you are dealing with somebody who is fraudulent, somebody who is sly, somebody who is dishonest, or you're being self-deceptive, but I kind of think this is external for the most part. But somebody could be just being a little bit sneaky overall, somebody that's familiar to you. I feel like it's a longer term relationship. But again, it still feels like whatever this is, this energy could be gossip as well, gossip in around a work situation, something like that. Again, however that resonates for you, or, just in a close relationship sort of way here, there's an issue. But not to be blinded, just so long as you continue to be authentic with yourself, you do what you normally would have done. There's nothing else that you can do but just to go through it. I do feel like there could be, again, a sense that you will be strategic. You're going to be putting in the hard work here to kind of overcome whatever this energy is. So if you're having to do some resources, how do I say, if you're needing to put in more energy toward doing research on something, expanding your own knowledge base on something to give yourself the upper hand and leverage in a situation, I feel that's what you're going to do. Again, with the flowers, this could also be a sudden visit of some sort, or somebody that, you hadn't expected to come in. But just it's also a positive influence card here. So again, it's about opportunities coming through, more opportunities, positive energy card all around. But it's certainly about, could be even a little gesture or something that's coming forward. Maybe this is where that little bit of good luck is coming through. So if there is a gossipy situation in work, or if this is a bad relationship where there's a disagreement and some kind of conflict, whatever that is there, you do have the balance of the clover and the flowers. Again, the 15, the bear here, is really about dealing with an energy of somebody who's dominating, somebody who could be very aggressive. So again, however that resonates for you on the work front or personally, this is still a real stubborn energy. So the conflict might be because you're dealing with a stubborn energy, could be father figure, something like that, or an authority of some sort, but somebody who's not very compromising. This is somebody who's got a real rigid mindset in a situation. So let's get out of that energy and see what happens in the rest of the reading here. Okay, so the next card's out. I will do again, this is a newer deck for me, but this is the Divine Guidance Shirley Harnish. What's coming in for Libra for January 2022? And then we'll get to the tarot. What's coming in for January 2022? January 2022 for Libra. What's coming in for Libra, January 2022, career, money, finance, as well as general energies. Yeah, it looks very harmonious, but it also looks like some deep issues being mended or dealt with. Certainly feels like there's some guidance intuitively coming through here also. Could be at a crossroads of some sort here too, around an issue. I'll take one more. Yeah, okay, so there is some sense that you're not being kind to yourself here, that you are sort of beating yourself up about an issue here. There's some kind of emotional energy that you're not dealing well with. You're internalizing it in some way. It might be because of an external event here that's occurred in January, but either way, there's a sense that you're working through something anyway, emotional. Okay, so the 43 is an Earth Angel card, so you're definitely getting some guidance. You've got Spirit that is, looking over you here. And this is really a card of we often tend to forget who we are. So now it's time for you to remember. Remember your power. Remember who you are. You need to claim that responsibility for, your strengths, not your weaknesses. And even the weaknesses are not really weaknesses. They're just things that we fear because we haven't walked through the door to know how empowered we could be, in a situation because we haven't done all the footwork. We're afraid to go forward for whatever reasons. Those are self-imposed restrictions, things that we believe about ourselves that aren't necessarily true. And even if it is true, it doesn't have to be a restriction because it's just a doorway to walk through, to break a pattern, to break a thought. Teach yourself something new every day. Break through your own inhibitions, that kind of thing. But either way, you have a lot of loving angelic protection here to support you as you go through this. So for the month of January. So you need to get ready to kind of move forward here is what's happening here, because you're sort of I would say on the verge of opening up to something, because this card with the 19 is take a deeper look. So if you are at some kind of crossroads here, as would indicate to me, I feel like you're doing a lot of searching overall of your and you're getting insights here, to try to figure out what it is that kind of makes you tick. You're trying to gain a new perspective here in the month of January. You're going into to understand something at a really deep level is what I would say there. So you're really micro managing yourself or a situation. You're really starting to look at the small details and the consequences of those details. So whatever decisions are being made here in the month of January or have been over the course of the year, I feel like this is you trying to figure out how to move yourself in the right direction anyway. So the card of 31, again, still speaks to that same energy of your awakening to something. You now have a broader awareness of an idea of where you're headed, what you want out of yourself, what you want out of life. I feel like it's a really powerful time in the month of January because I feel like you're entering into a complete awakening is what this card suggests. So it's now that you're a part of the divine plan here in January. You're already moving in that direction, but by January, there's another resurgence of like another aha moment. Like it's another period for you to see the vision more clearly about where you're headed, and you're much more empowered because you're doing the footwork here internally as well. So it's awakening on some subconscious level, to your own power. So the next card out is 42 here. So again, this one kind of feels like a little bit more of a negative energy to me, like you're sort of dealing with another person or some kind of conflict or something along that line. The card really does speak to, moving your vibration into a higher place. But again, enable for that to occur, you have to kind of work through that shadow energy. So there's a shift taking place in January. So you might be getting some kind of strange sensations in your body. The card kind of refers to things around, whether it's heart palpitations or whatever it is. Don't be alarmed by that. But there's going to be something physically, taking place in your body that's going to move you to a place where it just feels a little odd or uncomfortable. It's a new space you've not been in before. So again, you want to make sure you get a lot of rest, drink the water, do the things that, kind of keep your body in a healthy place here, because you are going through some kind of major transition in the month of January. So we also have the card of number 18, because you are moving into a more empowering place. And again, all these cards speak to extreme wisdom, extreme awakening, angelic protection. You're grappling with, some deep parts of yourself and really allowing yourself to find your inner strength, because this card is about wisdom and this is about new information that's coming in. So something about a new skill or something new that you're learning here in the month of January as well. So there's new information that's coming in, maybe about starting a new job, or maybe about start seeing, a new path here where you're going to have to learn something. But there's definitely knowledge that's required for this new path that you are on. The card of 36, again, you're still in a bit of a struggle there because that's about your self-talk. So your self-talk could use some improvement here. Your guides are obviously helping to encourage you to speak more kindly to yourself. I feel like you take things in a very deep personal way, and that's really, each time that you do that, it's a struggle to pull yourself back out. It's better just to stay on the practical and realize that, you know, many people in life that have been successful, it takes many failures, and you can call it a failure, but it's really the fast track to learning, the fast track to being successful in whatever you need to learn. I mean, oftentimes people that have been unsuccessful in relationships end up, you know, being relationship counselors or something along that line, because they wanted to learn the process and how to improve, you know, their relationships, and certainly, you know, to themselves or in a situation. So just be mindful of those kinds of things. So let's see what's happening here. Actually, let's do the Psychic Tarot. We might have a few minutes here extra. Okay, so this is the Heart Tarot, John Holland. What's happening for Libra, January 2022? What's happening? What are the predominant energies coming through for Libra in January 22? General energies. What are the predominant energies they will be dealing with? January 2022. Okay, win or lose. It looks like you need to take some kind of a risk. There's change involved. You need to listen to yourself, listen to spirit, take control of your life. Breathe through the changes, heal, because up ahead you have joy and stability coming in, because you were able to communicate and get your point across and stand up for yourself as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go through that a little more in depth, and then we'll get right into the Rider-Waite deck. Okay, so with the win or lose, I mean, obviously that's about change. For sure, you're taking the mindset that you're going to risk something, for sure. You're going to give it a shot. You are going to, you know, either detach, let go of something, whether this is letting go of ego, letting go of a love situation, because that really stands out for me here. And maybe you're taking it to another level. But either way, we'll flesh that out with the tarot, but you're letting go of an old way of dealing with something. And so whether this is a battle of wills, and it certainly does feel like that to me, in a love relationship for some of you, but you are definitely, be aware is what the card is saying, is that be aware that when there's a winner, there's also a loser. So you just want to be cautious about how you go about transitioning into this next stage here. Because letting go of something means if there's a win and there's a loss, someone's acting in self-interest. And it certainly has to be you being true to your own convictions, your values, and making sure that you move and operate in a way that is, you know, moral and just and not self-serving, but certainly is in the best interest of, you know, your mind, body, spirit, that kind of thing. So you want to be in a place where you're not having to be in battles every day. You want to let go of conflicts around the heart, you know, because you really want to be in a place that's love, that's centered, that's grounded. So you don't really want to win. I think Dr. Phil made some kind of a comment. Do you want to, I'm trying to remember the phrase that he used, you either want to win or you want to have a relationship or something to that effect. But anyway, I think it's the gist of it holds true. You know, the compromise is required is what I would say here. So the other part of it, of course, is listening. So listening is obviously a skill that's underrated. You know, sometimes when we think we're listening, we're actually thinking of the next thing to say in a conversation and avoiding instead what we're listening to and just reacting to or responding. Is really how we need to be communicating. And if a situation is quite heated, of course, it's hard for anybody to be interested in listening if nobody has, if they're not open to listen. So choose your battles wisely and certainly be aware of the time that you are both calm and can sit down and have this conversation. Not everything has to be dealt with in one go either. But see, hear, sense, quiet, you know, it's kind of what the card speaks to. You know, it's all about using all of your senses here to be able to pay attention to what somebody's really saying and what they're not saying. Don't make assumptions. You know, it's really about having a conversation. The whole point is to resolve an issue or negotiate in a situation, and it's about being fully present. So look at body language, all of those things, and it's really a card that's more along the lines of the High Priestess. So this is certainly someone who is more sitting back, more intuitive, you know, more connecting, more receptive versus any kind of aggressive kind of or overly assertive communication, because it's all about, you know, trying to get to the heart of the matter. So again, you know, even with that High Priestess energy, even with that High Priestess energy, that is, you know, all of the queens involved there, you know, when you get to that level. The High Priestess is really somebody that even comes across as a bit mysterious. It's somebody who seems to be, you know, is all-knowing, has answers, that kind of thing. So I feel like if you give yourself the chance to hear someone else's point of view, you might be able to approach the situation differently, which may catch the other person off guard, so you're actually able to resolve a situation. But it is about again, sort of that hidden knowledge, hidden factors at play here. So in terms of romance, somebody might not be telling you everything here because it is so close to the battle card here, win and loss, but an ego kind of might come up here. But there is a sense that there is some kind of detachment, and that's why there is some sense of taking back your control, but certainly being very careful and cautious with the High Priestess. You know, prioritize intellect over emotion. In this particular situation, because as I said, there's something that you need to be cool and rational is what I would say here for the month of January. Yeah, something just might have to be revealed in time is what that card kind of speaks to. Sorry. Okay, so the next card out is the card of control. So this is more, again, a lot of intuition that's coming through on that one as well. But the card of control certainly speaks to you gaining your own, maybe taking back your power or becoming more empowered in some way. Again, you know, I feel like you're being divinely, you know, altered in the heart center here, and you're really in a contemplative space. But this is about developing more self-confidence here, because I feel a relationship is probably out of balance by the sounds of it here, and self-control is also required in this situation. Very much so. But again, you know, this card also can speak to come from a place of compassion and understanding, you know, and then just apply that to the situation, whatever that difficulty is. Try to experience the situation maybe through their heart and soul, so to speak, in a sense, so that you can gain another perspective. But definitely self-control indicates that you have some level of confidence in yourself. When a person's out of control, they don't have the confidence. You know, the ego's in the way. There's a lot of insecurities, a lot of triggers that start to come up. So they're really not in a place of confidence. So they're not able to act in peace. But, okay, moving on from that. The card of just breathe, again, that's more of a healing energy. So I feel like you are in a place where you're having to, you know, really stop, give yourself a break, step back, you know, kind of reconnect and recharge from something that's throwing you out of balance here in terms of a relationship. So you're reconnecting with you. You just want to be for just a moment here, but it is going to lead to some sense of balance here because you've got joy and stability. And that is the next card out. So, of course, that card speaks to you having found some sense of happiness or tranquility. You know, you're sharing again here with others, and certainly there's a sense of your spirit's been elevated in some way, even despite all of this that's going on here in January. So there might be a rejuvenation to a relationship. Something is being taken to another level, or your idea or something around love and relationships seems to be improving. So strong connection to relationships here, but there could be some kind of conversation that needs to be had where there is Something needs to be communicated either way here from the heart. Could be that you're also attracting more like-minded people, but we'll flesh that out again with the Rider-Waite further out. So last card out here is you need to communicate with the throat chakra. So whether that's communicating verbally or creatively or in some way, you know, with arts, whatever, you need to express yourself in some way to really get a sense of your own well-being, and that comes through your living your own truth in some way that is true to you. So again, whatever that is, it's a healing energy here as well. And it's also a clairaudient card, which comes from inner hearing. So we'll leave it at that, and we're going to get right into the last part here. Okay, so dealing with January 2022, what is coming in for Libra? January 2022. What is coming in for Libra? January 2022, career, money, finance, as well as relationships, career, money, finance, and relationships. It's coming in for January 2022 for Libra. Oh, sorry. Okay. The High Priestess just popped up again here too, but it looks like there's some kind of a battle. There looks like a love offer coming through here. There might be somebody who is a little less, it's kind of a flighty energy with that Knight of Wands, but something's not moving forward here in terms of a relationship. What's happening in January 2022? Let's try with the career, money, finance first here. What's happening January 2022? Career, money, finance. Career, money, finance, January 2022. Whoops, can't hang on to the cards today. Okay, career, money, finance. Ooh. Career, money, finance. What's happening career, money, finance for Libra? January 2022. Career, money, finance. Okay, there's disappointment. There is going to be some kind of a challenge for you in January. Looks like it's around relationships, something from the past here. Okay, what is the Knight of Wands? What is the... Can't get stalemate out of my head here. What is the Hanging Man and the Emperor? And what's happening with the Five of Wands? And what's happening with the Six of Cups? And the Eight of Swords? Four of Swords? Career, money, finance, the Five of Cups. Okay, well, it's not as bad as I thought. All right, and the final outcome for January 2022, what is the victory about with that Six of Wands? Ooh, Tower moment. What is the Tower? And what is the Death card? All right, there's definitely some kind of partnership or end to a situation. So this could be in terms of a work situation. There might be an end to a job. But, I mean, on the upside, I see something coming in here from the past that is providing you with an option for some of you, for whoever this resonates with. Okay, so outside of that, just again, more generally here, in terms of, you know, love relationship here, I feel like there is still some kind of a love offer, but it's still kind of flighty, not really serious yet, but you might be taking a new option here or jumping in with sort of fresh eyes to an old existing situation, but either way, you've let go of something old. A lot of this energy here is you transitioning. There's been some kind of, let's just see what that call is with the Emperor. What is the judgment on the Emperor? 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 What is the Three of Cups? What is the Page of Swords? Actually, what's the Emperor and the Judgment and the Three of Cups? Okay, I get so much energy of you moving in a new direction in January. It's like your life is starting in a whole new way, quite literally. You're transitioning out of something here with that Eight of Cups energy and kind of moving off into a more carefree sort of idea with, with the Knight of Wands there. You might be moving into new love here of some sort with that Knight of Wands energy. And, again, the only thing is if you're starting out if this is an old situation and you're just seeing it with new eyes, that kind of thing, you've got more of a carefree sort of outlook about it. But again, it's still a Knight of Wands, so it's sort of a flirty energy. It's nothing that's all that serious. But I do feel like for some of you, there's still some battles that are well, okay, I'll put it this way. Whatever battles were going on, whatever struggles were going on, you've got tens and a lot of energy around you feeling disappointed, you feeling like there's sadness, you feeling like there's emptiness of some sort, or that something is missing, but you're at a Ten of Swords. Whatever these battles were, they are very hard. You've come by them in a very, hard way. You had probably a lot of arguments, a lot of words, a lot of inner struggle here. And I feel like you're just done with it. You're coming to, you're coming to sort of that fork in the road here with the Hanged Man, and you're getting ready, because even that card is, and you've got the transformation with the Death card here as well. But, the Hanged Man energy represents a 12. So, I just feel like you're in a place where you're really transitioning out of an old, frustrating pattern of your life. You're coming out of it with some kind of higher knowledge. I feel like you're feeling a lot lighter. There's more of a carefree energy here. So again, a lot of that heaviness you've had a victory over. With the Six of Wands, you're having victory over all this sadness, over all this worry, over all this self-imposed restriction and cutting yourself down and disappointments and from something of the past. I feel like you are the Queen of Wands here. I feel like you are, if somebody was watching you, with that Page of Wands reversed, I feel like that has sort of come to an end here as well. But I feel like all of this confusion, has sort of put you in a place where you're just like, I'm done. I'm moving into a new direction. I just can't take the pressure anymore. I can't take any more of the uncertainty. I felt pressured. I felt trapped. Whether this is getting rid of toxic connections, that kind of thing. Either way, you're just changing your perspective all around on a lot of levels here. I do feel like, whatever events have sort of forced you to look at your life in a certain way, that shift in your perspective is allowing you to spiritually develop as well, and which is increasing your vibration, because you've got the card of, being in control of the changes that are taking place here as well. There's a reason to celebrate. And I do feel that there is, again, with that Judgment card, there is a real sense of victory here, taking responsibility for your life, moving on to a true calling. You've got a lot of lessons that have come through with this Emperor, I would say. I feel like you really are realizing your path in life here. And again, you're releasing the path. You're releasing all of the past here. You've got so many cards of transition. Death card, Tower card, sudden ends, even in regards to a relationship. Could be a business that all of a sudden suddenly ends here as well in January, but it doesn't matter, because as I say, it looks like there's another offer that's coming through here on the table. The major arcana, which were the first cards out, would be the Emperor. So for sure it speaks to taking control of your life. Definitely, you're back in control of things. And I do feel that the Victory card speaks pretty strongly here too. And certainly you've got a lot of movement forward and change of direction here as well with the... for some of you, that might also be a car problem or something that erupts in January. But again, with that Chariot card, there's a lot of kind of more assertive energy in moving in a particular direction. So again, the Chariot also is, a sense of, it's an attitude for sure. Like it's an attitude of, kind of emotion versus our intellect as well, that you're not, there's sort of that thrill-seeking side, then there's the softer side, there's opposition between those two paths here as well, and I feel that one is self-control might be being tested here in some regard, but it's also about trying to find the balance. So you've got just trying to look here because we also had the Queen of Wands out there too. But it's also about embracing, embracing both sides of yourself. That Page of Swords energy, though, just want to think about that one for a moment here, too, because, as I said, the Page of Swords could be dealing with a younger person here, too. They're just giving it a second here to kind of mull it over. Because as I said, that Page of Swords definitely, speaks to communication, but maybe there is a lack of a communication because it was reversed. I normally don't take it as reversals unless it kind of stands out more specifically, but because it's between the Three of Cups and moving off in another direction here, I don't know if there's a third party kind of, indicated here, or if this is with that Page of Swords reversed, because it's usually kind of a spying sort of energy, somebody who's very outspoken and communicative, and maybe you're just pulling back and not doing all of the talking anymore. I feel like you've almost maybe exhausted yourself. You don't want to go into any more details with someone or a situation or be, overly compromising. Because this is somebody who's pretty clever. And again, because it's reversed there, it's a really curious kind of person here as well. Just give me a second here. Okay, so just looking back on that, because again, that Page of Swords was a reverse card initially, although I don't take a lot of them. I'll take a few if it stands out, but I'm going to take that one as a reverse. I'm just keeping it upright for the sake of the image here. But that Page of Swords with the Chariot could also be an indicator that you're dealing with a Cancer and that there's no movement ahead in that regard, because it is so close to, the Ten of Swords, some kind of an ending, the battle's ending, all of that. We've got the Tower, we've got the end here as well in regards to a partnership. This could also represent Gemini as well, but air sign, but either way, there's some kind of an end. This could be in regards to a work situation, work partnership, friendship. It's going to be all of a sudden, something is going to be changing there. And then again, also, because we've got Cancer as well as Gemini in here. So something is ending on some front. Again, this could also be work situation related. Something from the past, though, is coming in here. And there's definitely a sense that it's positive moving here with that Page of Wands. It's very, very new. Could be a very passionate start here as well. It's an indication that phone call or email or something could be communicated here as well. Something that's coming in from the past in the month of January that's going to have more of an just a more positive outlook here for you in January. But the only thing that I see here following this, though, is that after that, there is this anxiety, this feeling that something isn't right, this feeling like you need to pull back your energy. I feel you are the Queen of Pentacles coming in here. Mother, nurturing quality, somebody who could have a home business, somebody who's really practical in the way that they deal with their finances and in their life. But there's just a sense that you're not seeing everything for what it is. There's hope in the reading, though, and there's certainly victory. So you're feeling like you're downtrodden about something, but in actual fact, you really do have more going in your corner here. So whether this ending is an ending to the old way in which you were dealing with a situation, but it feels like you've gone inward to heal and to try to overcome the situation here. But let me just pull one more card on that. If that's a transformation, I mean, it is a transformation with the three, with the card, the death card, as well as the around this relationship or partnership business situation, because that comes through for me as a business, in collaboration with working for someone. What is this Tower? What is the Death card? And what is this relationship? Is this going to restart in a new way, or is there new love coming in January? Okay, this looks like it's new love coming in. And it's a blessing. Could be money, could be some kind of emotional, something you'll be grateful for, is some kind of emotional situation that's really going to put things back on top for you, right the wrongs, that kind of thing. Aces are definitely really good energy here, but Ace of Cups, all about the emotions, relationships, romance, all of that stuff here. So I would say that there is some sense that you're getting... It's going to be some kind of a happy situation that's still in the beginning stages that's coming in here in January. There is going to be information. There is going to be a solid, unexpected end in one situation here that's relationship oriented, most likely, and then you kind of move into this new energy. Again, for some of you, this could be a work-related situation, end of an old job or end of a job, transitioning right into the next one. And it could be, again, related around someone that you know from the past, maybe that's getting you this job, but there's definitely some energy around movement forward in a positive way, and it's a new prospect, whether that's in love or whether that's in money, or something that you wanted that is just emotionally overwhelming, or giving you certainly a good sense of hope. But again, you're feeling like something is a loss here, but you get a victory over it and back on top. So whether the transition's actually made in the month of January, I don't see that. I see a lot of personal transformation in January. I see a lot of personal growth is what I see. A lot of emotional lows kind of coming through here. A lot of inner struggle is what I see in January. But I definitely see promise. I definitely see hope. And I'm going to just pull a little bit more here as far as final cards, because there's a new job, there's a new opportunity of some sort that's coming in here, but I just want to see a little more clearly what the financial situation is here in January also. And then I'll just pull two quick cards for advice. Financially, what is the money looking like for Libra in January? What is the money situation looking like in January for Libra? What is the money situation looking like in January for Libra? What is the money situation looking like in January for Libra? What is the money situation looking like? Okay, there's an end to something. Oh, Lost a decoration. Okay. So we do have something that's coming in really quickly, and certainly we've got a lot of the same knights, a lot of fast action. Something is going to be transitioning pretty quick here. It is dealing with somebody who has entrepreneurial sort of energy. This could be you, could be somebody else coming in here as well, but definitely there's an end. There's an end. You're worried. Somebody's coming in to help here. What is the Knight of Swords bringing in? What is the Knight of Swords bringing in? Quickly. Ooh, Devil energy. What is the Knight of Wands bringing in? Entrepreneurial sort of spirit here as well. Strong. What is the Page of Wands bringing in? Hanging on to your money. What is the King of Pentacles? What is the King of Pentacles? What is the King of Pentacles? Okay, you're at a stalemate about something. You're putting it off. What's the King of Pentacles? You're putting off or putting something on hold in regards to this King of Pentacles. So whether this is a job opportunity that you're just not sure you want to act on, you're holding off on it for some reason. You're kind of and it's related around something that's going to bring you a lot of happiness, but you're just not sure you want to take it. You're definitely an inch away from a lot of happiness, though, because you're at a 10 of Swords, beginning and ending, right there. What's coming in with the Knight of Swords and the Devil energy? There's a transformation or an end. Could be a Cancer or a Capricorn. And this could be new love that's coming through here with the Knight of Wands as well. What is the Four of Pentacles? You're closed off about something. You're not ready to move on. A lot of the same cards are popping out here again. You're not ready to move on with something. What's the Eight of Swords? What's the Three of Cups? Yeah, a lot of the same cards are coming out here. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'll go into another more precise reading, I guess, with career, money, finance a little bit later. Just right now, I think the energies are just going to keep it at a halt there with that. And I just want to pull 2 advice cards for you, and that'll be that. Advice cards for Libra, career, money, finance, as well as general. What are the career, money, finance, and general energy advice cards needed for January 2022? January 2022 for Libra. Balance and release. And wisdom. Okay, you've learned some lessons here. You're ready to move on. There's some sense that, you know, things have kind of run its course. This one is actually, I don't know this one offhand, so I'm going to take you through the book on this one. But what the cards do say under balance is that you're seeking balance, and certainly it does speak to there might be an overreaction that's caused an issue. You want to make sure to reground yourself and allow your strength to rise from here. Be aware of where the imbalances in your life are at present, and then you want to, on a regular basis, you know, kind of get back in touch with your body, and as well with just kind of reflecting here for a minute. Kind of putting your body into new positions as well, kind of stretching and doing more, taking your body into places where it's able to kind of go beyond its normal process. So you want to still find a balance, but you still want to stretch things out so that you're, you know, you've got a homeostasis, but you're unbalanced. If you always try to stay in one position, you become rigid. So you still want to be able to stretch yourself a little bit here because you want to be able to release old patterns. So this comes with self-reflection. It helps identify the things that are working, the things that aren't working. You know, do you talk too fast? Yes. But anyway, do you talk too fast? Are you doing something that working too hard? Anything that's throwing your life out of balance is what you want to focus on. So always trying to bring you back to that norm, into that homeostasis, that place of balance is where Libras always end up anyway. So you don't want to revisit overwhelm. So trying to do one thing at a time versus 20. And then we're on to the card of release, and that one speaks to obviously releasing anything that isn't working for you. Let it go. Old negative habits don't pay off. You know, there's room. You want to make room for bigger, brighter things and align yourself with the things that you want versus just allowing everything in, because the payoff is, you know, the payoff is on more of a, not just on an individual basis as far as you personally making a journey, but there's also sort of a rollout effect to that as well. So when you make space for something new, there's kind of a train effect of events that you cannot see yet, but you're enacting a whole new vibration, a whole new pattern as well for yourself. So in that way, the payoff is much more of a payoff, because it's not just positive, but it's also building a habit so that your body is able to, you know, gain something from that over the small increments of change that you make along the way. So it also is, again, about raising your vibration, which in turn raises up your power, and it allows you to get unstuck, and so you're not stagnant and you don't feel overwhelmed. Then we've also got the card of wisdom here as well, and that one comes out with the idea that you do need to gain some knowledge. You have acquired some knowledge, but you also still want to keep pursuing learning, because that is going to help you. And whether this is learning that's coming in through a mentor of some sort, again, could have been the King of Pentacles energy, but either way, you're getting some kind of answers. You're receiving more information. Again, this could be coming in more intuitively, but it's a period of gathering of knowledge as well. And that's your advice. You want to let go of things, create balance, gain some knowledge, learn from the wisdom or the truths that you've come to already. And certainly you want to make sure that any poor decision making that you had made in the past, you want to reflect on, so you don't continue to make that same, ingrain that pattern. You want to become a wiser person so that you can raise your vibration, etc. So that's what I have for you there, and hope that gave you a little bit of insight into January. Again, I'll do more specific on the career, money, finance, but I'll just leave it at that for now. Sorry it was a longer read. I got right into it. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you in February. I might do a few extra reads as well, as I said, for January, career, money, finance, but